Hello and welcome to the OSU South Center's live streaming channel. Today we're talking with a local business in one of the local counties, and we also have on the line in Skype, as long as the technology's still good and still working. So she might pop in and out, but we have Susan Foltz. She is the SBDC director, and forgive me on titles, but if we have you in the window there, Susan. If you would give us just a quick synopsis of your title and all your job duties that you have.
Oh, sure. I am the state director for the Ohio Manufacturing Extension Partnership Program, and we call that MEP.
MEP?
Our main mission is to drive manufacturing success in Ohio. We do that through productivity, growth, innovation, and global competitiveness. So the ways that we can help manufacturers do a better job, build a bigger profit, and make themselves globally competitive around the world.
Gotcha. Now you oversee all of these local SBDC areas, right? And in our area, we are the SBDC office, if you would, here.
I oversee the MEP office.
Oh, MEP. That's right, MEP. Sorry,
Yeah,
they're all they're closely related, I guess. Good.
Yes, we are. We're all sisters.
Okay.
Or brothers.
There you go. There you go. Well, we have with us Jeff Alderman, local business owner, right? Owner in Portsmouth, Ohio, in Scioto County. And welcome, Jeff.
Thank you.
And could you give us just a little bit about yourself, maybe how long you've been in business, and maybe when you started? How about that?
I started in 2005.
2005?
So you can do the math from there.
Yeah.
I've been punching out of a wet paper sack ever since. Just trying to make a name for my shop and a good impression upon the community. It's been a long road.
Yeah.
Just to get even to where I can talk to you to say, hey, I'm finally doing something. But continued growth is with employees, sales, calls on local businesses, the ones that I do business with. It's been an interesting road.
Ah. Now, with your business, tell me what is your business? What did you start out doing?
My core business is auto body.
Auto body.
And it still is today.
Okay.
That includes direct repair from different insurance companies, and we're open shops to other insurance companies. Cycle time is very important, as is quality. You just don't want to put anybody in any type of vehicle. It takes time to do a good quality repair, make sure the parts are correct. Paint is a good match. We've just changed here, I would say, probably going on 2 years now, the paint system. I use Sickens paint. It's Axel Nobel. It's a water-based paint, and I was so concerned with quality. Now our paint system is green, so the water base that you have in the industry where they're spraying off the line, we have that same technology.
Oh, really?
We do.
That's awesome.
And
So you started in the auto body. Now you added a lot of other things. Do you obviously do detailing and things like that? You added that in as you went, or was that all one time?
It kind of just
grew together as it did?
together.
Oh, okay.
Especially in electronics. The detail, the building that I was in, it was just ingrained in Portsmouth that was the place to go. It used to be, there was 2 buildings on the lot. It's 1026 Finley in Portsmouth. And that building specifically was a car wash.
Yeah.
So very long in the way it's set up. One side we use for electronics and restyling and all the goodies and detailing. Window tint, bed liners. We'll get into that as we go.
Sure.
But folks just kept coming in over and over. And I was saying, well, we don't detail for the public. So what was I thinking?
Yeah.
And that created a tidy profit. So now
Yeah.
detailing is amongst the mix of what we do there as well. With all the
That's
other.
great, great. Well, as you started in 2005, what were some of the challenges that you first hit? And if I don't know, I'm going to ask Susan if she's on the line or if she can hear us here. We were talking about bank loans and things like that. So, was there anything particular that you wanted to input there before we let Jeff have the floor for a second?
No, that sounds great. I think understanding the reason behind the starting, the inspiration, and then those challenges that he faced are really important for a lot of individuals as they start a new business.
Okay, great. So what we'll do, Jeff, you were talking about bank loans. How did you had trouble? What was some of the, without getting in detail and names and such, what were some of the key problems that you had when you first started?
Well, of course, like any business, it's getting their start. If they aren't well funded or if they're zero capital, that's pretty much it. My start was divorce, literally living in my mother's basement, had about $1,000, small little loan. I purchased a frame rack and started with a little kerosene heater, literally.
Really? Wow.
And a one-man operation. So I had to burn in my belly to just get back what I lost. It had taken a great time. As far as bank loans, no one's interested at that point. I really didn't have a good plan together besides just very good work experience. So that was the problem at first. It took me a long time to get into position to where the business was transparent, and that means on paper, good accounting firm, everything that can be viewed and seen on paper that, hey, he really is doing what he says he's doing with the sales, the direction of the company, and the growth that he says, or that I'm explaining that is going forward for each year.
Right, right. So as you were going through that, did you get with somebody to help you do some of this, finding out how to work with banks and get that information?
I did, and that gentleman was Pat Dingle.
Okay. So you found the local SBDC person?
I did.
And now, did you do that right at the beginning when you started off, or was that
to
something
an extent, not long after I started. I can't remember specifically when I got in contact with Pat, but I've been working with him ever since.
Okay.
His words of encouragement, very
Well,
nice.
good. So as you went down through there, what are some of the other things that you run into? Obviously, trying to get the loans and stuff at the beginning. Did you have issues trying to find a facility, a building, or anything like that?
At first, I was just happy to just get into a building to start churning again. I think probably around 2008, I found the building that we're in now, and then I made a very comfortable handshake deal with a local realty businessman, and his word was very good to me. He took good care of me, and eventually I bought the building.
Oh, okay, great. So you own the facility there and everything. Okay. Excuse me. And with that, so you found the land pretty easily, I guess, or
I did.
Relatively. So you didn't start out there though?
No, I didn't. I kind of had to earn my way into it.
Right. And how long have you been at this facility? Have you been?
Probably 2008, 2009.
Okay.
Go around there.
And so what are the? Obviously, so we have loans and then the facility. Any other things that you run into? Obviously, you're hiring people now. You're creating jobs in the local county. So, how is that working for you? And obviously, there's always ups and downs to that.
There is.
So,
well, actually, it's something I'm very proud of. Employee-wise, we employ anywhere from 11 to 15, depending on influx. Sometimes, especially the detail area, it's a high turnover. It's harder work. It is.
Sure. I understand.
So that's something that I can be very proud of. I think right now, if I would have to check. We're probably at 13. For a small business, that's good.
That's really good. Hiring any dozen to 13, 14 people at a
Right.
time. And probably, do you see that fluctuating in winter, summer months? Or
It just depends on the workload.
Does it?
Yeah, this year has been, I guess, for all the body shop owners, kind of a light season for
Is it?
us. Usually we see a lot of snow and a lot of
Yeah.
accidents.
True, yeah, I
and
guess
it
that's
really
true,
hasn't been. It's been a nice steady flow, but nothing to the point to where I would say, "Oh my gosh, please
Yeah.
send me more
Yeah.
people, more help."
more help?
Yeah, of course, more business, but
Good.
more. The help is the biggest key point.
Good.
Skilled help.
Well, there you go. That might be another thing. Is how do you find, or are you advertising? How do you go to find those people?
In my industry, it's most difficult to really, or the auto body, let's say the restyling and the electronics. It's hard just to you put an ad out. It is, you have to have skilled labor. You can't just take a 2017 Cadillac, cut a hole in the roof, or take it over for body repair, and expect to have a good reputation. You have to have very skilled people. You have to pay well. And that's commensurate of the job that they do, or they're doing. And the same goes with the electronics, which came as auto styles evolved. That wasn't at first. The window tinting, spray and bed liners. We do reflex spray and bed liners. All that just evolved.
Yeah. So do you try to train some of your employees as you go?
I do a lot of internal training, but at this point, a lot of them hit the ground running.
Do they?
We do have a couple of youngsters in the shop, or at least one right now, for the body shop that we're encouraging and showing the ropes.
Yeah.
It's a
awesome.
dying breed, I think.
Well, it could be.
It's labor.
It's labor intensive, probably.
It is.
And a lot of that seems to be people going away from that somehow.
Yes,
I'm not sure
but
how.
I don't either, but cars still have to be repaired and worked on, so someone has to put their hand on it.
Right. I'm going to give Susan a chance to jump in. Is there any other questions right off the top of your head, Susan? We've talked about a little bit of the challenges and stuff. I think you had another question about being inspired to start a business.
Yeah, and I think we did talk a little about starting the business. And now, do you see challenges different from the day you started to what they are today? In expanding your client base, are you facing different challenges from the banks and financing and actually your facility? What kind of different challenges do you have today?
Number one, the challenges that I have today that differ from yesteryear, the day that, let's say, when I started, is if I had a major bill or something break, it was catastrophic. It was very difficult to overcome. Now I can.
Right.
I count that as a blessing. Nothing that I'm tooting a horn. I'll look at me. I've worked very hard for it, and I want to continue to work hard. The customer base that I have now, we do a lot of dealership work with ancillary sales. That's electronics. So if you purchase from some local dealers, you might have had leather installed from us. We do sunroofs. Electronics include cruise control, remote starts, DVD, flip down DVD, things of that nature. We also sell to the public a lot of stereos, hi-fi stereos, ancillary sales. That would include four-wheel drives. We've just lifted a brand new truck the other day. We've done as much as spray a whole Jeep with bed liner spray, complete. A couple of them, not just one.
That's interesting.
We do full body wraps. We're doing a big, not all, but I handle a lot of commercial trailer wraps, and we do the trailer repairs. Don't know, just got into it. I'm very good at it, and it's
Okay.
that work has been working out very well. And from there, one company turns me to another company that they're very happy with us, and say, hey, they do it in a good time, relatively good pricing. I'm not going to do it for free, but and turn the product out quickly. So that just stay at it the same way I did when I was first starting, but now I'm able to go out and really work my company instead of being on the inside and working. I'm able to go out and do what I do best, is promote it.
Great, great. Now, do you use some of your customers in testimonies as they present your marketing strategy? Do you get them involved with TV advertising about your business?
At this point, no. A lot of the customers that I use, like the dealerships, they're kind of autonomous. They're each to their own, and they want to be independent. So the biggest thing there is just it's word of mouth. So if I come into or if I'm cold calling a new dealership, I can say, hey, I've got 13 dealerships that I call on now. My references are great. If you have any issues, please call. If we have problems, we're there. I'm not the type of business that, oh, well, we sold you that cruise control and it doesn't work. I'm sorry, it's got to be you. No, if it's us, fix it. If it isn't, there's an issue with the car and this is why, or it could be product related. So in turn with that, I would answer it that way. My growth has been, let's take home theater. We do a lot of that. It's usually higher end, and it's very high custom. And it's from one to another that people find out about us, the quality of the product, and that's how I would answer that. So
how do you, I heard a lot of word of mouth advertising. Do you try to do any other advertising?
we do. We do a lot of radio advertising, and I've been hit up a few times for some TV. I still am reluctant. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe as I continue to get bigger, we'll see. Possibly a different paradigm or grow one way or another.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that I'm making the right decisions every day, but like any business owner, I'm learning.
Yeah. Well, you can't beat that. So, what are you a 7-day-a-week shop?
No. I used to be. Funny you should bring that up. But that caused. Now I've got. I have started a family again, and it's been some time. But you got to spend some time too. You got to build that as well.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty full bore, 12-hour days, 16-hour days, 18-hour days, 24 or more. But I've kind of pulled that back some. So now I still get in anywhere from 7 to 8 at night, and I get there about 8. But those are normal days for me, and we close on Saturday. As soon as the workflow kind of dies out, probably let's say 2 o'clock or so on Saturday, and then
shut her down for the weekend.
Yeah.
So
it has to be something.
Sunday,
you closed on Sunday.
Can't beat that.
Take care of my family. And
Great. What are what kind of future challenges do you see coming up? Is there anything that you're seeing a roadblock ahead, maybe from keeping you from expanding?
No, I think pretty much the sky's the limit as long as you stay on a course, or myself or any other business. What I do see with our industries, and that would be the bigger body shops, is they're shrinking. The smaller body shops are going to the wayside. And that has to do with tooling, education, and just the insurance industry just driving it that way to keep costs at a certain level and get them in and out. They have a more, I guess, a better confidence with a bigger shop.
Is that what it is?
Yes, yeah. They know that shop has the capacity and capability of making the repairs correctly. And not only that, they have the education, they have the tooling, and it's taken some time for me to say that I am now, I'm capable of doing aluminum repairs. There's several, or there's a truck out there now, the Ford, they have aluminum body side, and there's different repair methods, and that tooling is very expensive for just the average shop. So a smaller shop, they might be able to do a repair as such, but is it proper? Is it going to last? Is it going to be corrosive because it was improper repairs? Those are things that insurance companies look at. They aren't just going to send a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 truck into any shop and say, it's okay, make that repair. They want to make sure you have the tool and you have the knowledge and the capacity. And of course, the biggest asset is the techs
Right.
to
Right.
do the job.
Right. Do you ever run across where the insurance companies or such may say you have to have required training or any kind of certificates
Oh,
to
of
do
course,
anything?
of course.
Certain stuff?
Yes, you want to be ICAR, ASE. You want to have all of that. You want your welders correctly trained. You just don't want to start sparking up on a car. It just isn't like it used to be in the day where you could pull in a garage and start on a car. I had to purchase a Snap-on versus scanner, and that's the top line, and that keeps me pretty much dealership ready with scans and being able to read airbags or whatever, or resetting the computer itself.
Right.
And that's another thing, once again, tooling. I have that updated monthly, and it's an expense I have to have and deal with. That way I can give the insurance company, not just I'm telling you that there's something wrong. No, I'm telling you I have a machine that doesn't care about you or the insurance company or the customer. It just says this light came on at so many miles,
Right.
and it kind of indemnifies the business and gives a good comfort to insurance companies that I deal with as well.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yes, plenty of education. You want to make sure that you're just not
Yeah.
putting anybody on John Smith's car or a brand new Cadillac or brand new truck.
Right.
It has to be.
Well, I can see. It seems like training and education and certifications and things like that seems to be more and more. I'm gonna say hounded by businesses or local businesses. That seems to be that may be what's pushing them out. Is
Possibly.
things like that because of all the overhead cost of that stuff. I'm sure that's not cheap as well.
It isn't.
So.
But if you don't pick up or stay with the times, it's costly. You'll eventually run yourself out of business. There
Yeah.
won't. It's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
It's good, and it keeps people safe. The cars today, the standards of new products that they have just for the repair. Oh, that's neat. I didn't know they made that. I'll take some of those. It makes the job easier, faster, safer, cleaner. I know that as the car goes down the road, if you put a quarter on a car, in the days gone by, you can see where someone had put a quarter or whatever body shop that may be, and they didn't properly undercoat or put cavity wax. So all that stuff matters. You just can't put a car together without
Right.
taking all the correct steps.
Susan, any other last questions? We're getting maybe a few, 2 or 3 more minutes left.
Okay. How about when you started your business, understanding all the regulations that go into an auto body shop, all those EPA requirements, were those easy for you to find, and how do they affect you now? Are you comfortable in staying up with them?
Yes, as far as that is, but consider that I have been in the industry for quite some time, even prior to starting Auto Styles. So I knew where to look for them.
Good.
But you don't want to be out of compliance because, all of it matters. Just you want to make sure your employees are safe and operating correctly. Along with the filters in the booth, changed correctly on a, correct time period. No, I'm comfortable with that.
Do you ever deal with your competitors? Would say. Do you ever go, work together at any times?
I'd like to say that we do, but
Yeah.
not really.
Not really?
Everybody's pretty much, from what I gather, just churning to get their slice of the pie.
Yeah.
So, I
understand.
and at this point, the lesson that I've learned, and I let the rest of them do that or poo-poo a shop.
Right.
No pun intended. That's not my intent. I won't do that to any shop. If there's a bad repair, I'll just say, we need to take care of this, and that's just where it ends.
Yeah.
It's what another guy does in his shop, or that tech, or somebody might have had a bad day. Who knows what happened? But I just want to deal with what's within my walls, and wish the best to the other guy. And I'm not here to down his work, and I'm hopeful that they won't.
They won't do yours.
That is correct.
Absolutely.
I work very hard, and I know they do too.
Well, just to follow up on Susan's questions about all the regulations and things like that, do you see that getting harder in the future? Are they tightening down on things?
Well, just as I said with the Sickens water base,
Yeah.
I've already started, so my paint is a water-based system.
Right.
You still have, the application of clear coat,
Mm-hmm.
but my start was there. I kind of saw it coming down the road, and I wanted to be the first or at least the first body shop in my local area in Portsmouth
Right.
to have that, to be a
Okay.
green shop,
Yeah.
so to speak. But the clear coat is still solvent based.
Yeah.
But I'm very pleased with the product. The appearance is wonderful, the ease of use and the match. It's stunning.
Works
Very
great.
nice product. Yes.
Great. Susan, we're going to just about end. Any last question?
No, at this point, I would think that you're going to stay connected with Patrick and the SBDC. And as you get ready to take another leap with your business, he'll be there to support you.
As he has in the past. Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Great. Well, with that, we're going to end for this session. And Jeff, I really appreciate you stopping in.
Thank you,
And
Dwayne.
maybe
I
we can
appreciate
come
it.
back and cover some more things, or do some other topics as well.
I'd like that. I'd like to
Yeah.
next time maybe some exponential growth and
Yeah.
show you
Yeah,
the whole ropes. And
absolutely.
maybe
Yeah,
a interview at the shop.
Hey, we might be able to do that, some things like that. So
I'd like that.
I appreciate it. So
Thank you.
with that, we'll end. And
Susan.
Susan, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
You too.
Thanks for having me.